work that we've been really focusing on this year is thinking about how we can sort of develop different ways for students to really dive into texts and construct meaning sort of on their own individually, in small group work, and then in larger group work and discussion.
Real learning happens at that intersection of the personal and the academic.
So at first, started school year, I heard we're reading Shakespeare. I'm not a fan of Shakespeare, but the way like Miss Lashley, she was like incorporated other things into it, like real life scenarios and things that us teenagers would know about. It made me enjoy the book a little bit more, and I understood a lot more.
Teachers have also been working on gallery walks, so using sort of visual thinking routines to get students thinking about the connection between sort of big ideas, big course themes, and how they sort of appear at the kind of closer or key detail level of a text.
So the point of this particular lesson is to kind of get a better understanding of why Shelley, who's the poet, uses these literary devices. We put a letter next to it, so the first one's A, and then the next one doesn't rhyme with anything, so we start a new one, B. And this third line, because sand rhymes with land, we put an A on that one. And we just continue that trend all the way down. Other groups are working on like irony and viewpoint, focal viewpoint. We're gonna try to like get a better understanding of not only what he is doing, but what romantic poetry in general is trying to say.
I often feel really lucky that I get to work at a Quaker school, how engaging with each other and listening really carefully to each other and respecting everyone as a valuable and important member of the community and the discussion, how that can really help us sort of as a group understand something more deeply.
Our class discussions are super open and everyone gets to talk, and we leave it open for like everyone's voices to be heard, so that no one is left, like no voice is left unheard, so that we learn new things and everyone can listen and learn from each other.
A lot of the teachers in the English department have been interested in working with BARD's writing to think strategies. So encouraging students to look closely at the text by offering them sort of abstract questions and ideas to think about and use free writing to promote thinking, but not necessarily demonstrate thinking right away.
We do like 5-minute free writes, which like if you keep writing throughout it, you keep thinking of new things. And at first I thought like it wouldn't make a difference, but then I just like keep thinking of different things like randomly just by writing.
And instead of having being tasked to prove what they're thinking through their writing, they would discover what they were thinking through writing. The intersection of ideas and then like the nuances within the different ideas that kids were sharing were really interesting that day when they had the time to just think through writing. And they didn't have the pressures of me collecting it and grading it. They just were using writing as a tool to develop their thought and exchange ideas.